Once upon a time, in a land far away, there lived a young girl named Cinderella who was incredibly kind and loving. She lived happily with her parents until one sad day, her mother passed away. Not long after, her father remarried a woman who had two daughters of her own. Cinderella's new stepmother and stepsisters were mean and made Cinderella do all the housework. They were very jealous of her beauty and kindness. Despite the difficulties, Cinderella remained gentle and sweet. She had a dear friend, a big, fluffy cat, who stayed by her side. Each night, she would sit by the fireplace, telling him tales of her beloved mother. Sadly, her father also passed away, leaving her entirely in the care of her cruel stepmother. Cinderella was given a small room in the attic and was forced to clean and cook for her stepfamily. One day, the king announced a grand ball to find a bride for the prince. All young ladies in the kingdom were invited. Cinderella's stepmother and stepsisters excitedly prepared for the ball, leaving poor Cinderella with no hope of attending. However, a fairy godmother appeared, promising to help her. With a wave of her wand, she turned a pumpkin into a splendid carriage, mice into horses, and Cinderella's rags into a beautiful gown, complete with glass slippers. There was one condition. She must return before midnight when the magic would fade. Cinderella arrived at the ball, and everyone, including the prince, was struck by her graceful beauty. She and the prince danced all night, and he fell deeply in love with her. As the clock struck midnight, Cinderella fled, losing one of her glass slippers. The prince, desperate to find her, searched the kingdom with the slipper. When the prince arrived at Cinderella's house, the stepsisters tried to fit into the slipper, but their feet were too large. Cinderella came forth, and the slipper fit her perfectly. The prince recognized her instantly and asked her to marry him. Cinderella, overjoyed, accepted, and they lived happily ever after.